do have an uptick here locally. So we went from, and Lydia, correct me if I'm wrong, I kind of following along from the fringes here since I'm on vacation. But we went from like having 0 to 2 cases per day, and it looks like we're at 7 cases or 8 cases per day over the weekend. Is that correct?
Yes, we're having an uptick, and actually this week we had quite a few. Yesterday, 20 some, so big jump.
Wow, that is a huge. And is it the Delta variant or not?
We wouldn't know that. We wouldn't know that, but it's families. It's in families.
Okay.
So
large families.
Are we seeing that it is the unvaccinated people that are?
Nope. Tons vaccinated. Breakthrough.
Yes, we had a meeting this morning at the hospital, and that was that they had very mild symptoms. They said it felt like a cold.
We have one very, very sick.
Yeah, these were 2 vaccinated folks that were at a big crowd, and they tracked it down to a big crowd they were at, and they came back and said it felt like I had a cold, so I didn't bother.
Yeah, we've had both mild and very, not serious, not hospitalized, but very sick. And all different ages, from very, from not very young, but from, young adults to seniors.
What about the ones that the shots are using? Can you see any difference? Is there a difference between Pfizer and Moderna and J&J?
Good question, but no, we're not seeing any difference at this point. But that's a data that DOH would be tracking, and it probably need a little bit more time before we're going to hear back on that.
And do you know how long ago they were vaccinated?
Varies completely.
But I guess when out of all of the people, are you saying the majority of them were vaccinated and these are breakthrough cases, or?
No, I'm not saying that, and I don't have those statistics. Sorry, Carrie, we don't get that fast.
Okay.
So we'd need time to analyze, and we're not analyzing that yet. We just barely find them, and then we'd have to go back and find out where it takes a few days, then we find out they were vaccinated, or they say they were, but then they still need to be looked at, were they vaccinated here or someplace else. So yeah, we don't have those details, and I don't think the state does.
Part of this discussion is around the CDC and the state are working on how do we define cases now, based on vaccination status, based on if they've had COVID in the past, what constitutes a breakthrough case, what constitutes a reinfection. So more of those guidelines are coming out as the state starts to sift through that data, and we can kind of put some brackets around what each of those categories is and what it means to the community. So Scott Lindquist was talking about that last week about changing the case definitions. And one of the things that they're seeing is people around 11 months are starting to get reinfection rates. So that's something to watch out for as well. So the push really is to get, even if you've had it in the past year, get vaccinated, because like Darren was saying, is that the symptoms are much reduced for those who have been vaccinated. And the message really is get out there and get vaccinated.